How are you today?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I've been looking forward to talking to you. I absolutely love your music.
Oh, thank you.
The video and the new song, Mr. Number One,
Yeah.
I know it's based on a 1920s type theme and that, but is it written about someone who's got power in the industry? What is it about exactly?
The song's about karma and the idea that it's basically, to sum it up, that, if you kind of go through and thinking about yourself, eventually karma always wins. Sometimes being those people who don't think about others. That's essentially what the song's about.
I like karma, that's good.
But it's kind of like, sort of you feel like it's deserved and can't really get away with being like that in your entire life. So that's basically what it's about.
You've met a few of those people in the music industry?
Yeah, a lot. Surprise, but yeah. And then that clip was actually, it was an idea we've had for a long time, and it was actually for a different song, and it didn't end up getting pulled off that well, so we kind of scrapped the clip, but then we thought, we'd try it again for the song, and it sort of worked a lot better than what it did for the original song.
Well, I've been doing some research on you, and you've said that you like being in the studio or live equally as well.
Yep.
What about the process of making film clips?
Well, that film clip, the most recent one, the Mr. Number One, that was actually made for the first time. It was actually outsourced to a Sydney company. That was literally a few emails, and then a couple months later we got the clip, so it was very vague of what was going on. But it is something that we like to get involved with, and the drummer Steve is really good with film and photography and all that. So that's something that we're kind of wanting to do for the next track, and we wanting to get involved with film. It's just tricky in terms of getting that original idea.
Well, your last video for Epidemic was filmed while you were on tour with the Butterfly Effect.
Yeah, that was just with an iPhone. Yeah, so...
It's very reminiscent of Bon Jovi.
Is it?
Yeah, Dead or Alive song or something like that.
Yeah, cool. iPhone's incredible. You can get such good stuff out of that. Those cameras are really powerful. So, at the end of the day, it's really, with the independent band thing, it's about saving money, and to do that, you just need good ideas.
Yeah, and it is actually a very effective film clip. But Epidemic was the second single off your upcoming album, wasn't it?
It was actually the first one, and Mr. Number One is the second one.
All right, so you've got a third one still to come before the album's released?
Well, the third one's still to come before the year finishes, and then what we might do, the whole thing about, being in a situation where you kind of got to milk things, we might even drop another single, and then at the beginning of next year, then put out the album towards the second half of the year. Oh,
we have to wait that long?
Or maybe not, I don't know, it's still vague. We're going to Europe next year as well, so much of it, it's just, we kind of haven't finished recording the album due to a financial thing. It's kind of either we do this thing or we do that, and it's just about, we have to compensate whatever we do. We might not be able to do the other thing.
Epidemic, when you listen to that song, it sounds like, of course, it's about drugs, but what is it about to you? Because I know you're not doing the drugs because you give blood on a regular basis. The song's about basically a lack of presence in today's society, and that's to do with, obviously, the internet and how accessible it is. And it's basically about everyone being addicted to what everyone else is doing and not sort of doing it as what they're supposed to be doing, or I know what they're supposed to be doing, but just the lack of presence in everyday society that you encounter with, obviously with the digital revolution and the smartphones, and the epidemic being sort of just like the plague or the disease of that existing in everyday life now. Yeah, everyone's distracted.
Well, yeah, exactly right. And it's something that really, I don't know, it gets me really sad if I see two friends or people walking and I see their face on the phone. I think it's really sad. Yeah, and that's what the song's about.
Well, so obviously human nature and social interaction is what inspires you to write? Yeah,
definitely. Or even there's a few ways to go about, in terms of lyrics and writing about lyrics, is either I like writing stories, kind of with usually a meaning in the story, so a made-up story, or based on exactly what you said, something like a feeling or a thought or something like that, where it's written more about, I guess, on a personal thing. I guess Epidemic's more on a story-based lyrics where it's kind of a character in a world, which is, I guess, this world. but yeah, exaggerating the scenario.
Yeah, and on your Facebook, you've got a link there. You've just had one of your older songs included in a video game.
Yeah, so that was Play for Sanctuary. That was a new, I think it's Xbox PS3 game release called Rugby League Live 2. So which is pretty cool. That's been a few years in the making, actually. And
So how do you get to the sound of Greenthief when you're a huge Notorious B.I.G. fan?
I am, we're all into, very different stuff. Steve, the drummer, is really into Beatles, or, really into folk like Neil Young and all that, even, Fleet Foxes and Coral. And Tom's really into bass bands, a whole heap of different stuff, and so am I. I think it's just, at the end of the day, it's just all about groove. And, all that rap, that American 90s rap and heaps of other stuff. There was a huge emphasis on groove where drums were really present in the mix. And even our older inspirations like Led Zeppelin, or even, stuff like Rage Against the Machine, it definitely is Greenthief and stuff. It's all about just, big drum sounds are something that we'd always talk about. And that's why we, Steve plays with an acrylic kit and very big size of drums. So, I don't know, I guess it comes down, summing up about the groove and the drums, and I think that really relates with rap music.
We're not going to hear a rap song out of Greenthief in the near future.
Well, I think you'll definitely hear influences, yeah, definitely, but probably not in the same way Biggie would do it, no.
And the name Greenthief, does the cult that you've based it on from the ancient Chinese, is that real?
No, that was made up.
Right.
You must have checked out MySpace.
I've checked out everywhere.
I don't even know if that MySpace page was still up.
I do my research. That's how I know you give blood.
It's funny though, because it is something that people have always asked. But yeah, no, it was kind of just a cool story, I thought, at the time. But with band names, it's one of those things I've always thought that, it's the band that makes the name. And obviously that's pretty obvious. But I don't know, I reckon you can pick any word in the world and it becomes what it is that your music is anyway. And that word's the same thing, doesn't matter what word it is. If that makes sense. So
then you're not going to tell me where the name Greenthief really came from?
It's a word. It's just a word picked up from the sky. That's all.
Right.
It was, I guess, one of those words where I just sort of straight off the bat would hear it and listen to it, and I thought it had a cool ring. And obviously, I thought it kind of would resemble what it is that the music would sort of be like.
How long have you guys been together?
Well, basically, Greenthief started maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it has gone through different lineups with myself being, obviously when I started the band, and with the current lineup with the bass band drummer, it's been probably a year and a half now.
Well, you've got a very big sound for a three-piece. Is that what we can expect from your live shows?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something, we take a bit of pride in, and we get people often comment that about, the sound, I guess, kind of big. So I guess so, yeah.
Saturday the 22nd of September, you'll be at the Pony in Melbourne.
Yep, 22nd, so.
And you are a Brisbane band?
Yep, we're based in Brisbane, that's correct.
Do you like coming to Melbourne to play?
Yeah, we love coming to Melbourne. I mean, it's the musical capital of Australia, so it's exciting getting down there, and it's just, I love Melbourne, and my girlfriend actually lives there, so I do a long-distance relationship with her being there, so I'm there.
I suppose if it wasn't for the weather, you'd probably move there.
That's right. We would like to be based down there one day. It's just a few tricky situations with work and stuff like that, but if we could be anywhere, we'd probably want to be there. But
you say that now, you haven't toured Europe and that yet. You might find somewhere over there you'd rather be.
The guys often talk about, and the other guys have got their parents, they can get European passports, which is I'm very jealous about. So I don't know, we would like to be, definitely I think, we've talked about it a lot, and we do think, Europe would be a really good place to be, just in terms of the musical climate of, maybe what it is that we're doing as well. So something definitely we're thinking about.
Yeah, you have got that heavier sort of bass in your music.
Yeah.
And you've been described as the love child of Jeff Buckley and Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
And I think you have, with 9 Inch Nails, you can feel the music.
Yeah.
It gets right into you, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. 9 Inch Nails is definitely in the top 5 for myself.
And your website is greenthief.com.
Yep.
And your YouTube is Greenthief Band, and you've got a lot of videos up there.
Yeah, we do. We're into making docos when we go on the road. sort of one of the things that we do and we enjoy. So yeah, we've got a few docos of past tours as well as video clips.
And your Greenthief band on Facebook?
Correct.
And you've spent this whole year touring and recording at the same time. And obviously next year you've already said you plan to go to Europe. But what about long-term future? Have you got plans?
Yeah, we do. Basically, you know, we want to kind of start, I guess, pushing our music in other markets. So it'll be exciting just to see how Europe goes. And obviously I'm pretty sure we'd probably like to get back there again as soon as we can. Maybe, depending if it goes well. If it went well, we'd try to probably get back there as soon as we can. But in the meantime, we'll kind of be trying to finish off this album to be released sort of mid-next year, and probably keep putting out singles at the same time.
Well, you talk like the epidemic's about people's addiction to the, you know, internet and technology and that, but are you addicted to doing live shows and recording and just being immersed in music all the time?
Yeah, definitely. I think, yeah, that's what I guess would consider the being, fun in life.
So there's no time for day jobs in the band anymore?
Oh, no, we're still working. I mean, like, you know, like when we tour and stuff like that, we're not like making money. Like I said, we are quite an independent band where we're financing everything. So it's very expensive. So we'll work. I don't work that much, but the other guys work probably a bit more. I kind of take care of a lot of admin stuff as well. So yeah, it's not like that yet.
When you are working, what do you do?
I teach percussion.
Oh, right, yeah.
Primary schools. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Do you have any other hidden talents?
Not me, but I think the other guys might. Steve was a national discus champion. That's the drummer.
Right, yeah.
Tom was a very good 400-metre runner. But yeah, the other guys are much more athletic. I guess for me, they're actually really.
Is that why on YouTube that they're jumping around, warming up, and you're sitting on a couch?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So do you have rituals before you go on stage, or do they just jump around a lot?
I think more so for me, my rituals aren't as it's actually really boring, but I warm up, so it's not really a ritual. Doesn't count. I try. I've just been trying recently because we've been playing so many shows. I've been trying to not lose my voice, so you kind of have to take good care. And I guess we all try to have a few drinks of rum to get us cranked up. I guess rum's a secret ingredient in the band for the live show. So
did you think you were going to be a drummer?
Yeah, I played drums in lots of bands before, and it just got to a point where when the 10th band broke up because the guitarist felt like breaking the band up or whatever, I got to the point where I kind of just gravitated towards playing guitar and singing. It was more for a practical reason of being a band that didn't break up, because it always ended up being with myself, being, you know, often the most committed, both financially and everything else within a band. And it was actually came to real practical reason of playing guitar and singing. But yeah, and I also obviously used to play a lot of guitar and wrote songs that didn't really get heard in the band, so I played drums for. So yeah, it was mainly the passion for writing songs that kind of took over as well.
Well, that's going full circle, because that's sort of like karma. It was meant to be.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I like to think that, I guess.
I've been listening to your music a lot. I hadn't heard of you until a few weeks back, and you're my favourite band now.
Awesome.
And you make great songs and great music, and I hope I can get to the Pony to see you on September the 22nd.
Great to meet you.
And don't wait too long to release that album.
No, I won't. It'll come out soon, I promise.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No worries, Kat. Thanks heaps for that.
And maybe we'll have a chat when you release the album.
Oh, right, definitely.
And I look forward to... Have you actually got a video or something up about Messiah somewhere? I've seen that. Yeah, we did we kind of did a 20-second thing in the jam room to kind of do it. It's coming sort of thing. A teaser. Well, I look forward to it. No worries, Kat. Thanks for that. Thank you very much for talking to me. And, yeah, good luck with the rest of the tour. Thanks heaps. All right, bye. Bye.